There's a new three-part historical drama currently airing on Channel 5, and remarkably, that's still a thing. If you're from outside the UK, Channel 5 is a TV station which began in the mid-1990s, and for a few years it was fairly successful, largely because at the weekends it showed softcore pornography. I have no idea what that station has been showing for the last 20 years because I don't watch it. I don't believe I know anyone who does. It's the TV equivalent of beige. So the historical drama. Well, I've seen the trailer and I won't be watching it because it looks like the most over-the-top, politically correct mess imaginable. I believe we finally reached peak woke. It centres around the story of the final months in the life of Anne Boleyn, the second wife of Henry VIII, and this is what she looked like. Now that's a portrait, so it won't be 100% accurate, but if we compare it to how she's being portrayed in the drama, if you look carefully, you'll spot some subtle differences. Now, I have to be careful because I'm a tattooed white guy discussing race, so some people will assume I'm into all that nonsense, which I stress I am not. And the actress Jackie Taylor-Smith, who plays Anne, she's a fine actress and a very attractive woman. But why in a historical drama would they race swap the lead character? Well, according to Channel 5, it's so they can have a more diverse cast and explore history from a different angle. Now, diversity is wonderful and should be embraced and celebrated, but history, that deals with things which actually happened, facts. And it's a fact that Anne Boleyn was white. If need be, we can fucking dig her up and prove it. And I could have got on board if the whole cast had been race swapped, as if we were looking at Tudor England in a parallel dimension. That would have been interesting. But that's not the case. It appears they're pushing a particular dialogue. But the actor playing King Henry VIII is white. And spoiler alert, Anne Boleyn dies. Sorry if you didn't know that, it's only been the best part of 500 years. So the story is essentially a black woman being put to death on the orders of a white man. As if the story's been written to deliberately stir up racial tension, because thank God there hasn't been much of that in the last 12 months. And not to labour the point, but Anne Boleyn was the mother of Queen Elizabeth I, and she was fucking ginger. Now a black mother and a white father will not turn out a pale-skinned blood nut. I watched the trailer and I pretty much gave up on humanity. But then something wonderful happened. I started reading the comments on social media. And all people of races, religions, different colours and creeds came together to call out this woke PC bullshit. And what was nice is that in the comments there was no malice or insults or name calling. Just people taking the piss out of this god-awful project. So I wrote down a few of the comments. At last, Channel 5 has been brave enough to tell the story of the struggle and oppression of my people in 16th century England. This doesn't really apply to me because my grandparents didn't leave Jamaica until 1957. As an Asian woman studying for my masters in European history, I'm overjoyed that I can make up whatever the fuck I want and claim my research is based on alternative facts. Learn your history, people. The real reason Anne Boleyn was executed was because she smuggled the plans for the Death Star to the Rebel Alliance. I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt. Then there were suggestions for historical figures who could be portrayed on the screen by actors who don't bear a close physical resemblance. For example, finally, Rupert Grint can play the role he was born for. A 3-hour biopic about Nelson Mandela. I've always thought Dame Judi Dench would make a great Muhammad Ali. Looking forward to the next series of The Crown with Beyoncé as the Queen and Dev Patel as Prince Philip. Coming soon, one man's struggle to preserve the purity of his nation. Eddie Murphy is Hitler. Personally, I think we should go all out and remake Zulu, but with the British Army played entirely by black actors and the Zulu warriors played by white actors. And unlike the 1964 classic, the Zulu army won't be well trained and well disciplined. Instead, they'll stand there tutting, noisily stirring their cups of tea and making passive-aggressive comments. So why does any of this matter? Well, to me, if filmmakers want to tell the stories of historical figures who aren't white Europeans, Then tell the stories of historical figures who aren't white Europeans, rather than just clumsily shoehorning in a black actress in what is clearly a box-ticking exercise. And I say this every time I discuss wokeness. This shit fuels the far right.
See, they're even stealing our fucking history now.
Rather than rehashing the story of Henry VIII for the umpteenth time, why not tell the stories of the black soldiers who fought in the British Army in the Second World War? Or the Sikh fighter pilots who flew for the RAF? No, instead it'll be, let's make a series about the life of Pope John Paul II. Let's find a Nigerian lesbian to play him. That's the end of this video. If you got this far, then well done. I'm off now for an audition. I'm going to see if I can play Louis Armstrong. As ever, thanks for watching.